Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to speak about the subject of how much effort should an individual put into not offending others. Yes, I want to speak about this because in our society I feel that pretty much whatever someone does is going to offend someone. After all, we are in a cancel society. We are in a place in history of the world of humanity and where people are just scared about racism, scared about people that are different than what the norm should say. But at the same time, in the past, I will say that it was very hard to basically get people upset because people used to kind of just speak their mind, and a lot of really horrible things happened because there was a lot of very closed-minded people, and because of that we had a lot of wars, racism, like a lot of very horrible things. But then through education, through the bettering of the world, and understanding that all these things are kind of dumb, we bettered ourselves. But because of that, also there's kind of a sort of a secondary reaction to it, which is basically that everything that is kind of out of line or out of what the Disney realm is allowed to say becomes offensive to people, and people just get really offended by just simple things. But sometimes a joke is just a joke, and in the end, life is a joke. It's not to be taken that seriously, and sometimes it's okay to say silly things, as long as they're not violent, as long as they're not really hurting someone. But now I feel like everybody's on their tippy toes, walking on eggshells in some way because of that. And I guess it's this time of the world where we have to, I guess, make or pay more attention to it. I don't think it's going to be like this forever, because I think people will start having less prejudices on things, and because they will start evolving, the kids won't grow up with the same presumptions as their grandparents, as our current generation have. And because of that, I think that there's going to be less of that cancel culture, because again, why would you cancel something if in those days it was acceptable to be said? Everybody was saying these things, everybody was doing these things, and now with TV, with internet and all that, we're able to listen to all of these things from years and years ago, which maybe shouldn't be listened to as if they were said today. That's what I'm saying. So one thing is basically not offending someone, which is in today's society kind of hard, because pretty much everything you say or one person says can offend someone if they're not staying within that realm of the Disney language, we'll say, and probably this is offending people. But then there's also the other thing where it's the cancel culture, where somebody said X years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, this thing, and it's racist, or this thing, and it's so demeaning to women or whatever it is. And that's also kind of wrong, because now you're hurting someone for having said something in another era of humanity, and just because we have videos and internet streaming that people think that they said it today. But what somebody thought in the past doesn't mean that they think about it today. It's kind of like saying, like, oh, your grandfather was trading slaves, and because of that your family is bad forever. Well, it's like, well, that's my grandfather, it's not me, you know? And I think it kind of goes the same way. So maybe people should start not trying to get offended too much all the time, because that kind of like is the insecurity that brings it out. Well, that's it. That's all I have to say on the subject. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.